Good day. Our topic is weldability of metals. Here, what is weldability of metals? If I utilize to join two different metals with each other means the weldability property playing vital for selecting the different welding process for particular metal. So, the weldability of any material helps to determine which welding process is appropriate for that material and also helps the inspection of the final weld quality. So we should aware about what are all the welding process that are available with the metal joining process. In that shielded metal arc welding, gas tungsten arc welding, plasma arc welding, submerged arc welding, gas metal arc welding, flux cored arc welding, electroslag welding, brazing, and then finally gas welding. These are all the general welding processes are available in manufacturing industries. Here we should aware about one important thing, that is the capacity of a material to be welded under the imposed fabrication conditions into a specific suitably designed structure and to perform satisfactorily in the intended services. So we should analyze the welding process with different tests that are available with the strength of materials laboratory and also weld strength identification laboratory, and also what are all the defects and how can we join the metal with each other without any problem, which is the major criteria that are available with the weldability of material. So the weldability of a specific metal defines the easiness with which the metal can be made and the quality and the soundness of that weld. So the primary factor that controls weldability is the composition of the base metal and the electrode metal. So here the combination of base metal and the electrode material is the important factor that should be available with the weldability of material. Different welding processes available, but if you are consider the fusion welding means a fusion weld cannot be made between dissimilar metals unless they have metallurgical solubility. Apart from this, brittle compounds may be formed in a fusion weld. So the weldability is affected by such defects as cracking in the weld metal, as like this crack may be happen in weld metal. After that, the porosity is also happening with the improper weldability property of material, and the crack may be formed after welding also. The crack may be formed, which is known as cracking in the heat affected zone. Okay, so the weld cracking in steel can be caused by the presence of very small amount of hydrogen. So the hydrogen presentation in weldments, which is the problem that are associated with the initiation of cracking in welding operation. So the formation of martensite in the weld and presence of high residual stresses happening because of hydrogen inclusion in weldments. What happens during the hydrogen inclination in a welding? Yes, hydrogen cracking is sometimes referred to as delayed cracking because it can occur up to 72 hours after the welding is completed. These cracks can occur in the weld metal or heat affected zone. Not only in the area of weld metal, the crack may be initiated in heat affected zone also, which is the area adjacent to the weld that didn't melt. So this can be happened because of susceptible microstructure, the tensile stress developed in the weldments, and the hydrogen induced into the steel, and the steel temperature at 300 degrees and less. These are all the main reasons that are involved in cracking of weld metals. After that, there are different steels we can utilize to join with each other, so that we should aware about free machining steel with the high sulfur content. which cannot be fused with each other, so that cannot be fusion welded without cracking due to hot shortness. In free machining steel, there should be a hot shortness available. Here, what is hot shortness? Hot shortness is a type of welding defect which can be characterized by the cracking of a material along its grain boundaries as the welded area cools and solidifies. So, the hardening of the metal around the grain boundaries induces a tensile stress on the weakened grain boundaries, which causes them pop open that results in cracks. So, in free machining steel, the crack initiated because of hot shortness. And then the another materials, hardenable steels, also available with the steel categorization, so that hardenable steels must be welded with caution to avoid brittle martensite formation. How the brittle martensite formation happening in welding? Yes, due to the low level of nickel content, a martensite layer is formed in this zone during the welding process. So the nickel layer formation should be develop the martensite formation in the weldment. So lot of welding industries, they are utilizing preheating and post heating processes. Why they are utilizing preheating and post heating? Preheating the weld to reduce the quench rate, and post heating to temper any martensite should be experienced. So the preheating is used to reduce the quench rate, and post heating is used to temper any martensite should be present in the workpiece material. So these are all the important things that should be aware about welding engineer. And then how can we evaluate the hardenability problems that are involved in weldability of steel? What are all the problems? Based on this right hand side equation, we can identify the carbon equivalent available in the or presence in the weldment. So carbon equivalent is determined with this prescribed equation. I can refer this equation from ASM metal handbook. Here CE means carbon equivalence is equal to percentage of carbon plus percentage of manganese divided by 6 plus percentage of nickel divided by 15 plus percentage of copper divided by 15 plus percentage of chromium divided by 5, and then plus percentage of moly divided by 5 plus percentage of vanadium divided by 5. Likewise, I can create the formula for identify the carbon equivalent in the weldment. Here I consider steel means once the carbon equivalent of a steel is less than 0.45 percentage I got from this carbon equivalent equation, means weld cracking is doubtful and no heat treatment is required for avoiding the cracking. So carbon equivalent identification is important in every weldment. And then the quality of the welds is determined from variety of test. So the weldability also identified with the different weldability test. What are all the tests available? Yes, every welding industry has its own mechanical testing laboratory. In that, tension and bend test of specimen is available, which is the common test. Tension and bend test is the common test that are available with the weldability inspection. After that, a variety of drop weight and fracture toughness testers are used with the steel welds. So crack can be identified from into restraint test. What is restraint test? Parts are placed in position and held under restraint to minimize any movement during welding. From this, we can avoid the restraint problem that are involved in weldments. After that, externally loaded test and underbead cracking test. From this, we can evaluate the cracks that are present in behind of weld bead. Likewise, we can test the under bead cracking test. And then finally the lamellar tearing test. Why we consider the lamellar tearing test means in right hand side, bottom of right hand side, there is a lamellar crack or lamellar formation is available. What is meant by lamellar test tearing? Lamellar tearing is a cracking phenomenon which occurs beneath the weld. As like this diagram, we can identify the beneath cracks with the aid of lamellar tearing test. So these are all the basic tests we should conduct on the materials for identifying the weldability of metals. Now you are aware about what are all the methods available for identify the weldability of metals, and then what is mean by weldability. Likewise you may understand these are all the basic things that are available with the weldability of metals.